Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the strength future Gohan, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at him at the 100% in the hidden potential system. So this is future Saga category lead, 200% future Gohan. His super attack effects are pretty straightforward, greatly raising attack on his 12 key, as well as also raising defense, and on his 18 key massively raising attack and greatly raising his defense. So a very good unit. And this guy, he's got it all. He's got everything. He has key plus 5. He reduces damage by 40% for 5 turns from the start of turn. He has key plus 3, attack and defense of 158%. He has an additional key plus 1 up to 5, attack and defense of 20% up to 100% with each attack performed. He reduces damage received by 20%. He has an additional damage reduction of 20%. And he launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when key is 18 or more. He launches an additional super attack when key is 20 or more. He creates the domain Future City Rainy for 5 turns starting from the 5th turn. And while the domain is active, he changes int key spheres to strength key spheres and performs a critical hit when activating the active skill or when key is 24. So he's got Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Experienced Fighters, Dismal Future, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. He peaks between turn 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And by peak, I mean he becomes insane, and afterwards he's still very good. And his active skill, surprise surprise, is also excellent, because his active skill does this really cool thing whereby it increases his defense by 20% and gives him key plus 5 permanently for the rest of battle. He also, as well, gives an additional 30% to damage against extreme class enemies with his domain effect. So this guy is really good. Basically, he's incredibly solid. He's designed to be in a super class future team. I think that much is apparent. He's incredibly reliable. And yeah, I think he's fantastic. He's the kind of guy who just, people get him and he becomes a win condition for you. There's not a lot of rocket science to him. He starts off a little bit slow, or looks like he starts off a little bit slow. But remember, this gets cleared up very quickly. You know, we're talking about a unit starts off very slow, but what he has is he's got that additional 40% damage reduction, he's got that 20% flat damage reduction, and then he gets another 20% at 18 key. So that's 80% damage reduction the moment he hits 18 key in his first turn, and 60% beforehand, which is more than enough to get him through the first couple turns. After the first turn, his defense is pretty huge. He builds it up quite quickly. He only needs 5 super attacks to get to his full range of defense. And remember, he can fire up to 3 additional super attacks in just the first turn alone. Remember, at 18 key, he's got a high chance of another super attack, and at 20, he's got a guaranteed super attack. So he can fire up to 3 super attacks in base, no hidden potential system needed. And yeah, it just looks pretty good. Now, he's a difficult one to build, because he has this period when the Rainy City effect is up, whereby he legitimately has guaranteed crits, and it's just basically insane. And it lasts quite a while. I mean, yeah, it's a 5-turn effect, and the thing is, those guaranteed crits are very intense. So you kind of want additional to maximize that period. You also want additional to get him up to speed quickly, but at the same time, outside of that Rainy City effect, he doesn't have any crits. So you do need some crit for the turns outside of that Rainy City effect. Because of that, I would say you definitely still want to go a crit priority build, but putting a little bit more into additional than you possibly usually would for a unit that has, you know, set effects is probably the best way to go. I think, you know, overall, he can just look, I mean, he looks great. He really does just look super impressive. His animations are really good as well. I quite enjoy them. His active skill, for me, is the best active skill in the game. Maybe it's the voice acting, maybe it's, you know, everything else about it, but I absolutely adore his entire active skill. I think it's really good. Not to mention the effects are great. A 20% flat boost really pushes his defense into that like I'm untouchable kind of range. Remember, this is a guy who's got 20% damage reduction. So that 500k defense or 440k defense that he's rocking is pretty good. Couple that with his 20% that he gets on 18 key, and yeah, basically it's super duper effective. It's really solid, and yeah, honestly, I think he's really great. Is he a first slot tank? Most times, yes. There is going to be the odd occasion where he's going to get hit by a super attack before he gets his 18 key off. Of course, there's always going to be that situation where he may not look 100% super duper strong as a tank. But with that being said, generally speaking, he's got enough to really look super impressive, in most situations. I think he is a good first slot tank. He's not the best in the game, but he is very good. I think you can put him there without any big conundrums, any big headaches, any big problems. It's second slot kind of preaching to put him in there, but I think he's good anywhere, really. First slot, if you want to run a higher DPS second slot unit, but he's also a great second slot unit, ideally this guy's just good. And he's not restrictive. Most people assumed when you would see a future Gohan that he'd have some trunks-based restriction or something along those matters. For this Gohan, no. He's very unrestrictive. He's very easy to utilize, very lovely to play with, and yeah, just a great unit. So Gohan looking really good. I think for me, exceptional, excellent unit, does a great job. And yeah, I'm honestly super duper happy with this performance. Link-wise, links are super class units, so link leveling is not the wildest, although it does push you to get some more offense. You can push them into the 14, 13 million categories with a bit of attack equipment and a bit of link leveling, which is great. But the priority links for him are going to be things like Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. He gets enough key and changes orbs, so you don't have to worry about his key links. But if you are, he has Dismal Future. Experienced Fighters is probably the hardest one to get. Outside of that, his link set's pretty malleable. He's not going to rock with a lot of units. There are a couple guys that he shares 5 or 4 links with, which are great. A couple really solid, future Gohans. The Int Super Saiyan Trunks of Vegeta, the physical Super Saiyan Trunks. He's also got the Int Future Gohan. He's got the AGL Future Gohan. All solid linking partners for him, but you don't need links to make this guy a beast. He does more than enough on his own. All you have to do, realistically speaking, is just kind of give him a platform upon which to work off of, and he'll be fine. Prioritize maybe like Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Fierce Battle, and you're basically done, because that's his major links. Experienced Fighters, like I said, the hardest one to get, but it's probably the best link to get. But yeah, overall, he's great. I think he's awesome. At 100% Rainbow, looks ridiculous. I think a lot of people don't understand that 5-turn period where he's just critting and firing off like 4 super attacks and yeah, just tanking to the sky and back, I think is fantastic. And yeah, I think he's exceptional. From my end, I think he's really top. So that's gonna be it from me. Honestly, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on him. I think he's great. I think they've done a brilliant job with his build. And yeah, that's basically gonna be it for me. Until the next video, I'll see you guys, and yeah, that's it. Till then, bye.